guys are back at the spot. On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the DC Universe Classics Wave 1 Penguin. Penguin, again, a really obscure character. I'm surprised, if anything, that Penguin was part of Wave 1. I mean, yes, granted, Batman was part of this wave, but I'm really surprised like they didn't throw Superman in the first wave, or Green Lantern, or Wonder Woman, or, you know, like some of the more well-known characters. I mean, certainly everybody remembers Penguin. But again, it's really obscure that they threw that character in as the first wave. If you look at the back of the packaging, the other figures in this wave, I mean, Orion, Red Tornado, Demon Etrigan, really, not unless you really read the comics. I don't think a lot of kids remember. I don't think a lot of kids know these characters. And then to build Rex Mason, again, like I don't know a lot of kids that know the Element Man. I mean, every kid knows Batman, and every kid knows Penguin. But a really weird lineup, I think, for a Wave 1. It would have been nice maybe if they had thrown Joker in. I mean, we're getting Joker in Wave 10. Is it Wave 10, the Walmart exclusive? But I had already commented on this a couple of times, but I'm really surprised that they gave us this lineup for the first wave. Definitely not a good way, I think, to start the set, or start the series. There's a bio here on Penguin. It says, a murderous gangster, Oswald Cobblepot, grew up fascinated with birds, in part because of his widowed mother ran an exotic bird shop nicknamed the Penguin by his cruel classmates. The villain would ultimately take his revenge on the citizens of Gotham City, earning him the attention of the dynamic duo Batman and Robin. He is both devious and ruthless, usually flying from the scene of his crimes. First appearance was Detective Comics number 58, December 1941. Real name Oswald Chesterfield Cobblepot, who really, I mean, I guess if he didn't become a crime lord, really could have gotten into the furniture industry. I mean, that's a great name for somebody that sells sofas and, you know, all those little chairs and stuff like that. Occupation, restaurateur, racketeer, stock trader, base of operations, Gotham City. Special abilities, criminal mastermind, and arsenal of deadly umbrella weapons. So there you go. Yeah, so there's packaging on Penguin. I'm not going to say too much really on the packaging, because one thing with Universe Classics is if you've seen one package on it, you've pretty much seen them all. I mean, they're not really too different from one another. But what we're going to actually do is we'll get Penguin here opened up, and we will get a closer look at the figure. So stay tuned, guys. I think we can all agree that this is a pretty decent looking Penguin. One good thing is, you know, he's not a tall figure. He is pretty small in size versus the other figures. And I like the detailing on him. The detailing's really nice on him. He's got that nice bright orange vest, shirt vest here, or suit vest. And he's got the, you know, the very penguin-like tailed suit jacket or tuxedo jacket. And he's got his hat. I would say that this penguin, did I say penguin? But this penguin, I think, kind of got its influence from the 60s Batman too. I mean, it has a very Burgess Meredith look to him. I mean, granted that his nose is a little longer. I like the detailing on him. I mean, you know, as much as I diss the first wave of DC Universe for being really obscure characters, I thought they did a pretty good job on the Penguin. I like the pinstripe pants too. The purple with the orange I think goes really nice. And he's got the you know, his shoes. I mean, so much of it, I mean, reminds me of Burgess Meredith from the 60s Batman. Now his accessories he comes with. He comes with the upper torso with head of Element Man, Rex Mason. Not really much to say about the figure. I'm not a big fan of the face, but I'll probably get more into that as I do the review of the fully assembled Rex Mason. But I'll put him down for the time being. The other accessory that Penguin does come with is one of his umbrellas. And it looks like it's a jet-powered umbrella, if I'm not mistaken. As you can see, he's got all these nice rivets on the front of the, or on top of the umbrella. One interesting thing was, before I did a review on him, well, before I did this review, I had actually already opened up the Penguin, and I did a full review of him. And I was going to upload him until it occurred to me that I probably wanted to go through the DC superhero figure wave first. So actually, this is the second time I'm reviewing this figure. And I'll say the same thing I said the first time I did this review, and I deleted it. But one thing I wish was the fact that his umbrella was a different color. I guess it looks more realistic. It looks like it could be made out of steel. But I would have preferred either a red and black color scheme on the umbrella or a blue and yellow. I believe the blue and yellow was on the classic Superpowers Penguin. He came with a blue and yellow umbrella, if I'm not mistaken. And then the Batman Animated Series line, I think, had a red and black. One other thing I would have liked, and I don't know if I'm asking too much here, but one thing I would have liked is if Penguin had come with an array of umbrellas. Granted, he's got the one. It looks like the jet, you can take the rocket pack off. There is a clear elastic, though, just keeping it on. So, I mean, if you do want just a umbrella on its own, you could certainly do that as well. But I would have preferred if he had come with a couple of them. Maybe, one that was closed up that he could have just in his hand. And then, a couple that were open. Maybe one that had a blade on the end. Maybe like give him 3 or 4. The fact that you only get one kind of is a disappointment. And for those who don't know this, actually Penguin was one of the variants, the initial concepted variants for this wave. There was a Red Tornado variant, which, if I'm not mistaken, I believe was the modern day, I think the modern style Red Tornado, and instead we got the classic style. But the Penguin, I think the Penguin figure itself was the exact same. The only thing that he came with instead, he didn't come with the umbrella, if I can remember right, but instead he came with a robotic penguin. And for one reason or another, they ended up scrapping both variants for this wave. I don't think we ever ended up getting the variant on Red Tornado. I don't even think they ended up releasing him. But I'm almost certain that they didn't release the variant penguin. What we just ended up getting was the penguin with the umbrella. So there you go. In the way of his articulation, he has articulation in the head. He has articulation in the arms. He has a rotation in the bicep. He has articulated elbow. One point in the elbow, although his figure's stiff. Here, I'll do it on this one so I don't break the arm by accident. But he has 1 point in the elbow. And he also has a swivel in the wrist. He has articulated leg. And it looks like the leg can bend out slightly. He has articulated knees, and he also has articulated feet. A little bit in the waist, but I mean, the jacket hinders a bit of it, so you can't really do too much with it. I'm probably just going to leave this side, because I know if I bend that elbow, that arm's going to come off. But there you have Penguin. A decent figure. Again, I don't know if I would have picked him for one of the first wave figures lineup, but I mean, as on his own, he's a nice figure. If you already have the Riddler from the Walmart exclusive set of the Metallo series, and also with the Joker coming out, you have a nice rogues gallery of Batman villains. Plus, you've got Two-Face from Superheroes, and you've got the Man-Bat that's going to be coming out, the Brown Man-Bat in Wave 10. So it's really nice that they're releasing all the villains. I can't say really a lot of bad things about this Penguin. I mean, the detailing's nice on him, and I definitely think he's a nice addition to your Batman collection. But there you have a toy spot on the DC Universe Classics Wave 1, and we were looking at Penguin. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.